AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
Powerplay, der Eishockey-Podcast rund um die Blue Devils Weiden. Von Oberpfalz Medien.
Der Powerplay-Podcast wird Ihnen präsentiert von der Meyer-Höfer-Gruppe. Wir bringen Metall in Form.
Servus, liebe Eishockey-Freunde, zu Powerplay, dem Eishockey-Podcast rund um die Blue Devils Weiden. Mein Name ist Fabian Lieb und bei mir ist auch heute wieder mein allseits geschätzter Kollege Thomas Wiebel. Tom, servus.
Servus, Fabian.
So, heute gibt es wieder eine Spezialfolge, denn wir sind wieder multilingual heute unterwegs.
Sowas von.
Wir machen jetzt den Start in deutscher Sprache und switchen dann ins Englische, denn unser heutiger Gast, das werdet ihr gleich hören, er ist ein spannender Typ, Deutsch-Kanadier, aber wir werden es ihm zuliebe nur in englischer Sprache machen. Aber zuerst haben wir natürlich ein Thema, Tom, über das wir sprechen müssen, denn genau heute vor einer Woche, heute ist Mittwoch, der 19. November, gab es eine Jahreshauptversammlung.
Ja, und als Journalist kennt man ja Jahreshauptversammlungen und die sind oft, ehrlich gesagt, relativ dröge.
Es gab die Jahreshauptversammlung tatsächlich, bei der ich war, beim ersten EV Weiden, und während der Versammlung kam Jürgen Rumrich zu mir und sagte, musst du dir sowas öfter antun?
Und da muss man ehrlicherweise sagen, nein, weil so viel los ist bei den wenigsten Jahreshauptversammlungen, oder? Ich glaube, es gibt zwei Themen, über die man ganz kurz zumindest reden muss. Das erste ist vielleicht sogar das kürzere, obwohl es da um die Wahl des ersten Vorsitzenden geht. Der erste Vorsitzende des EV Weiden, also des Trägervereins für die Blue Devils, ist Benjamin Zeitler, seines Zeichens OB-Kandidat in Weiden.
Richtig, ist natürlich im Wahlkampf immer eine prekäre Personalie. Aber ich muss sagen, die haben das bei der Versammlung eigentlich ganz gut gehandelt, weil nicht Benjamin Zeitler im Mittelpunkt stand, sondern Thomas Siller.
Dessen Verabschiedung.
Richtig, das war keine Verabschiedung, das war eine Huldigung, eine Heiligsprechung schon fast.
Ja, erst selig, heilig dauert noch ein bisschen.
Da bin ich mir nicht mehr so sicher, ob das dann noch kommen kann. Aber Thomas Siller ist nach 17 Jahren nicht mehr Vorsitzender des ersten EV Weiden, da muss man sich auch erst mal dran gewöhnen. Und ihm folgt jetzt eben Benjamin Zeitler nach, der bisher Stellvertreter war, vom zweiten praktisch zum ersten Vorsitzenden aufgerückt ist, aber auch ansonsten muss man eigentlich feststellen, dass sich das ganze Team so mehr oder weniger komplett neu aufgestellt hat. Der erste EV Weiden hat sich da für die Zukunft positioniert, komplett neue Strukturen geschaffen, neues Vorstandsteam. Und da gab es eben eine Personalie, die hat danach für sehr, sehr viel Reaktionen gesorgt. Stefan Ziegler ist wieder da.
Genau, als dritter Vorsitzender des EV Weiden, Stefan Ziegler, der Chef des ehemaligen Hauptsponsors, der Ziegler Group. Ja. Wir haben viele Reaktionen bekommen im Nachgang, ich glaube, das kann man sagen. Und als Journalist weißt du mal, irgendwas musst du richtig gemacht haben, wenn die Reaktionen aus beiden Seiten kommen. Also wir wurden kritisiert dafür, dass wir da viel zu kritisch sind und dass das doch total in Ordnung ist, dass der das macht, was aber von uns eigentlich niemand in Abrede gestellt hat. Und wir wurden von der anderen Seite auch kritisiert, wie wir das so unkritisch eigentlich nur schreiben können, dass der gewählt wurde. Also kurz zu den Fakten, er ist, korrigiere mich Fabian, du warst dabei, er ist mit 34 von 68 Stimmen gewählt worden. Das kapiere sogar ich als Nicht-Mathematiker, 50,0%. Aber die Enthaltungen gelten laut Satzung des EV Weiden als ungültige Stimmen.
Richtig.
Und demzufolge ist er natürlich völlig legal gewählt worden.
Also es gab der Ärger, ich war noch nicht zu Hause von der Jahreshauptversammlung, habe noch nicht die Haustür aufgesperrt gehabt, da kamen schon die ersten Nachrichten, illegale Skandal, sowas glaube ich, es ist Skandal, der ist nicht gewählt worden und ist trotzdem als dritter Vorsitzender durchgewunken worden, also das ist schlicht falsch. Nein, weil eben es gab 68 anwesende stimmberechtigte Mitglieder, 34 haben für Stefan Ziegler votiert, 25 haben sich enthalten, 9 waren offen dagegen und diese 25 Enthaltungen gelten eben laut Satzung als ungültige Stimmen und deswegen werden sie auch nicht gezählt und kommen nicht in die Wertung und deswegen ist es ganz klar mit Mehrheit dann durchgegangen. Von daher alles gut, also und wie du sagst, die Reaktionen waren extrem und es ist als Journalist dann immer so eine kleine Würdigung, wenn, wie du sagst, aus beiden Seiten eben. Also was soll man kritisch machen? Natürlich, es gibt man kann beide Seiten verstehen. Es gab auch bei der Versammlung selbst, als eben Stefan Ziegler zur Wahl stand und es wer für Stefan Ziegler ist, hebe bitte jetzt die Hand. Und dann hat man gesehen, okay, das sind doch dann einige, das waren dann 34 an der Zahl, aber auch da gab es schon im Saal die Reaktion, was, wirklich? Kann doch nicht sein. Also man hat schon gemerkt, da ist der Verein in sich ein bisschen zerrissen.
Also das ist klar und ich meine, wir verstehen es ja ein bisschen, weil wir sehen es ja von außen als Journalisten. Die Mitglieder und auch die Fans des Vereins natürlich, die hängen da emotional in einer ganz anderen Tiefe drin. Egal, ob sie jetzt für die eine oder für die andere Seite sind, es ist eine sehr, sehr emotionale Angelegenheit. Deswegen verstehe ich da auch eine gewisse Leidenschaft. Meine Meinung dazu ist, er ist gewählt worden, er ist laut Satzung auch legal gewählt worden. Das Ergebnis war natürlich knappst möglich, muss man auch sagen. Aber letzten Endes Appell an den EV Weiden. Wir verstehen, dass Mitglieder skeptisch sind. Nehmt die skeptischen Mitglieder ernst und helft Stefan Ziegler, dass er sich das Vertrauen erarbeiten kann. Und auch ein Appell an die kritischen EV Weiden-Fans, an die kritischen Blue Devils-Fans. Und das kann man auch verstehen, weil klar, Stefan Ziegler, haben wir auch alles berichtet, der hat den Verein in die DEL 2 gebracht. Ohne den wäre der Verein da nicht. Ich glaube, das wird niemand in Abrede stellen. Aber natürlich, dass der Verein dann kurz vorm Exitus stand, lag halt auch so ein Stück weit an seiner Firmengeschichte. Und das hat ja auch Leute emotional wieder mitgenommen. Genau. Und das ist deswegen völlig klar, dass die Leute da gespalten sind. Aber der Appell auch an die kritischen Fans, und ich hänge da in keiner Art und Weise persönlich drin, gibt es ihm eine Chance. Er ist gewählt worden für ein Amt im Vorstand und er muss jetzt die gleiche Chance bekommen wie jeder andere, der in dieses Amt gewählt würde, sich da zu beweisen. Und wenn man ihm eins nichts vorwerfen kann, dann ist es, dass er sich in irgendeiner Form bereichert hätte an den Blue Devils oder dass er das nur aus Opportunismus gemacht hätte. Ich will gar nicht wissen, ehrlich gesagt, wie viel Geld Stefan Ziegler in die Blue Devils gesteckt hat, das er nie wieder gesehen hat. Also seine Leidenschaft für den Sport und seine Leidenschaft für diesen Verein, für diesen Club ist absolut echt. Ich glaube, da gibt's nicht viele Meinungen dazu.
Nein, und das hat auch Thomas Siller in seiner Abschiedsrede emotional herausgestellt mit Dankesworten in Richtung von Stefan Ziegler. Und er hat exemplarisch eben nicht nur dieses Engagement, dieses außerordentliche finanzielle Engagement für die Profis, sondern auch für den Nachwuchs. Und dann hat er gesagt, wo wir hier alle sind, diese Loge, die wird es nie geben ohne Stefan Ziegler. Der hat er nämlich auf eigene Kosten dort errichtet. Und Thomas Siller hat, glaube ich, gesagt, wir als Verein hätten das in 100 Jahren nicht geschafft. Und das ist echt ein Schmuckstück geworden.
Ich will mich da jetzt auch auf gar keine Seite stellen. Das ist ja auch am Ende des Tages gar nicht unser Job. Nein. Ich würde sagen, er ist gewählt worden, er ist legal gewählt worden. Jetzt gibt es ihm die Chance, die gleiche Chance, die auch alle anderen neuen Vorstandsmitglieder bekommen. Und dann wird man sehen, was sich tut und wie sich das Ganze entwickelt.
Genau. Und man muss auch sagen, der erste EV Weiden hat knapp, nicht ganz 1000 Mitglieder. Und natürlich sind da viele Kinder darunter und Jugendliche. Man muss sagen, es sind 68 stimmberechtigte Mitglieder vor Ort. Wenn man im Verein was bewegen will, muss man halt auch dann zu solchen Veranstaltungen hingehen. Und die da waren, haben das gemacht und deswegen gilt es, das Ergebnis ganz einfach zu respektieren. Man kann es kritisch sehen, aber bitte alles im Rahmen. Gut, und dann switchen wir ins Sportliche und wir switchen auch die Sprache, denn heute ist bei uns ein Goalie, wo wir zuerst einmal Grundsätzliches klären müssen. Let's start by clearing up the most important question once for all. How is your last name pronounced correctly?
It's McLeod.
Okay.
Yeah, clouds in the sky.
Now you know it. It's Conner McLeod. It's not Conner McLeod or something else. I heard everything before.
Yeah, for sure.
Welcome for having you here.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Nice. We have a second question. You were born in Canada?
Yeah, I was born in Canada, grew up in Canada.
But you also have a German citizenship.
Yes, I do.
How did that come?
So it's pretty simple story, actually. My mom was born and grew up in Hamburg. She moved all over Europe, but never got rid of her German citizenship. 24 years ago, she met my dad in the UK and ended up moving to Canada with my dad, who is also from Canada. Okay. How they met was a funny story, but 25 years ago they came over and my mom never gave up her German citizenship. So she always kept that part of her life open for me and my brother. And when the opportunity came that I had the chance to come over here and play hockey, it was pretty simple. We went to the German embassy and my mom kept her citizenship, so there was no problem getting my passport.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about speaking German?
Yeah.
Are there any happen?
Yeah.
Happen, like we say.
It's I've been here 3 years now, so probably should be a little bit better than it is. I understand quite a bit, but my dialect's not very good. My mom, when I was younger, she worked a lot. So my dad's speaking English and my mom's speaking German and English.
Okay.
Never really made sense in the house to speak German when they worked so much and they wanted to communicate. It made more sense to speak English in the house. So,
okay, is there any favorite German word?
Oh, there's a couple that you hear on the ice and stuff, but I probably shouldn't say on here.
That's good.
Okay. Okay, you've been in Bietigheim and in Regensburg.
Yes.
When did you first hear about the Blue Devils?
Actually, I think 3 years ago. My agent, Jürgen Artsberger, was the goalie coach here last season.
Okay.
And when he was one of the big guys that brought me over here in the first place to Bietigheim. And I met Jürgen Rumrick 3 years ago and kind of always kept in touch throughout the last 2 seasons. So, it was kind of always something that a team that I knew about, a team that I knew was doing well and somewhere I wanted to end up being. It's 3 years now, kind of stayed in contact with Jürgen.
Okay. As I said, Bietigheim, Regensburg, and now Weiden. What motivated you to take the step to move to Germany?
So originally it was, I played prep school in high school in Canada. And we were the team Mannheim, Young Adler Mannheim, always would come over in the early parts of their season to play some games in Canada. And my mom being German and us not really knowing much about German hockey, Mannheim ended up playing a game in my hometown, or 10 minutes outside of my hometown. And we decided to go watch as a family, see what it was all about. And Mannheim ended up beating the junior team in my hometown. And we were kind of thinking I had tryouts at that team that year. And we're like, oh, well, this team just beat the team that I want to play for eventually. And it was kind of everybody in the building was like, wow, the German hockey is a little bit better than we thought it was.
Okay.
So I ended up going down to talk to the coach afterwards, Luigi Calcia, and asked him how the German hockey is and with how my game kind of, if I could bring it over to Germany. And he ended up asking me to skate with them at St. Andrews College, and getting me in contact with Jürgen and a couple other guys. And the opportunity in Bietigheim as a third goalie there for the Steelers in the Del 2, and then a goalie with their junior team. It was the opportunity just kind of fell in front of me, and I couldn't say no, right? Move across the world to play the game that you love and meet new people, right? It's an experience that I think a lot of people, if they had the chance, would take.
How old have you been?
I moved over here when I was 17.
17.
Or turning 18, yeah.
When I was 17, I have to move around the world.
Across the world.
To another continent.
Yeah.
How did you manage that? Alone?
Alone. It was definitely hard the first few weeks that I was here, but I had a good couple of roommates that I lived with that were they were great to kind of get rid of the homesickness a little bit. You have close friends and good teammates. So it was good, but definitely come Christmas the first time of year, it was harder, but I think I'm pretty headstrong and was able to kind of battle through it and make it through the season. Towards the end of the season it's a little bit harder, and you're like, oh, I want to go home and see my family and stuff. And I went home once in November over the November break. Okay. That was really good. I got to see my friends and family. So yeah, it was good.
And now you're back in the German coldness.
Yeah.
How often are your parents visiting you?
Actually, my mom's in the country right now. My parents have never been able to come over. My dad works a lot, and other situations, they never really got the chance to come over. So my mom, for the first time in I think 4 or 5 years, she's visiting Germany. So seeing her family and her friends that she hasn't seen in 4 or 5 years. And in 2 weeks, she'll be here in Weiden visiting, and hopefully get to see a couple of games, whether that's in Weiden or Bayreuth. But
we'll see. When you must describe the hockey in Canada and in Germany, what differences do you see?
Oh, for sure. Like the North American style and the smaller ice. As a goalie, it's you get shots from different angles and all that. It's like, it's everywhere you go, like there's good players and you see the guys moving back and forth, and some of the North Americans that are playing over here, and it's good. Both styles of hockey are good. The levels definitely vary. Where you got guys playing major, junior, like my age, and then some of the leagues, junior leagues over here, there's a big gap. But I think when you get to the pro level, it's like everybody's good. It's just kind of like the speed and the skill is a different style.
Okay. And now you are currently the third goalie for the Blue Devils, and have a license for Bayreuth in the Oberliga. Yep. Honesto Tigers Bayreuth is the correct name. How do you handle this dual role?
It's definitely challenging at times, but I think it's a great experience, and moving back and forth, I get my opportunities in both places, and the training in Weiden is amazing. The guys are really good, and it's they make it a lot easier. Having good teammates and stuff that are supporting you, like even if I go to Bayreuth, have a weekend in Bayreuth, or if I'm away from the team, it's nice to come back on a Monday or Tuesday and have the guys kind of ask about my weekend as well, and then back and forth that way. It's good. It's hard some days driving back and forth and you're tired a little bit, but it's I enjoy it. It's part of the journey, so just enjoying it and taking every experience that I can and being grateful for it, because being over here and playing the game that you love, it's like I'm not complaining in any way. So
who makes the decision if you play in Weiden or in Bayreuth?
Jürgen Remmerich, he'll tell me depending what the situation is here. Obviously McNiven's been out, so it's kind of been moving back and forth a lot. I spent a lot more time training in Weiden, and then they have Simon Wolf that comes down too for games, so it's training in Weiden throughout the week most of the time, and then heading over to Bayreuth for games on the weekend.
Do you train in Bayreuth too, or?
It's just because of McNiven being out recently. I've been skating a lot more in Weiden, but when everybody's healthy and things will be back to normal, I'll be in Bayreuth a little bit more.
Okay. In Bayreuth there is former Devil Adam Schusse.
Yeah.
What's your connection with him? Did you talk with him about the Blue Devils?
Yeah, a little bit, just about his time here. And he's a good guy. He's a little bit older and, compared to me. So it's not as many things to talk about. But yeah, the time that I'm there and stuff, we everybody gets along pretty well. So.
Okay, and what role did Jürgen Rumrich present to you for here in Weiden? How should you develop?
As a third goalie?
Yes.
Yeah, it's...
or will you be our first goalie next season? Or?
It's you never know how things are. It's obviously this year is for me to get better and improve, and that's why I'm in Bayreuth as well, to get those opportunities to get my experience, because I haven't had any professional games leading up to this point. So yeah, it's a development contract and getting better every day and trying to bring my game to the next level so I can be ready to play in this league eventually.
Okay.
So yeah.
This holiday, deck their countertops with peppermint white chocolate mochas, gingerbread lattes, and pumpkin cream cold brews. Ninja Luxe Cafe is the ultimate gift. It's the #1 best-selling espresso machine in the U.S., perfect for the coffee lovers in your life. If they can dream it, they can brew it. No skills needed. Espresso balanced. Drip coffee rich. Cold brew in a flash. Hands-free silky microfoam. Dairy or plant-based milks. Bring joy into their holiday and every day after with Ninja Luxe Cafe. Shop now.
How did you experience Bayreuth's big derby win last Friday in Selb?
I was in
Krefeld.
I was in Krefeld, yes, but it's obviously the guys are really excited, and you get the text messages after and telling everybody they did a good job, and you're happy for them. Obviously, that's a big win against a good team, and it's really good for like the morale in the room, and leading into the Sunday game as well is really good. Good feeling
for the Devils fans. As a Bayreuth player, you can lose every game, but when you win against Selb, everything is fine.
Fans love it too. So
yes,
that's good.
That's it. And what goals do you have for the season? Are there any? Is there anything you can name?
Obviously, playing is a huge thing. You want to play. Never know the situation, right? Whether one goalie's playing good, one goalie's playing bad. It's just to like get my opportunities and take my opportunities in stride. Is 100% the goal. Getting the games in Bayreuth too, getting my experience and preparing myself for next season and developing, right? It's the biggest thing. And just, taking my experiences, being grateful for it every day. So
you mentioned Michael McNiven. How's the collaboration with the experienced goalies in the team?
He's great. We have a pretty good relationship, coaching wise, teammate wise, right? It's, he has so much experience. He's been at the highest level, obviously. So he knows what it takes. He knows what he's talking about. So in goalie practice, whether he's in the net training or whether he's been out the last couple of weeks from the sidelines coaching, it's great. Any tips he can give, any experience, it's like he can kind of pass on to me or Felix too. It's great, and just getting to like, because obviously he's been at the highest level, so he knows what he's talking about, and it's good to hear from him any feedback that he has.
And how is it working alongside Felix? We all know him. We all know that Felix is a highly serious guy.
For sure.
who never talks nonsense.
He's a good guy. We get along well too. And the last couple of weeks I've been in the net and we've been switching out. So it's good. We get along.
Okay. Before we continue, I think we'll have a short commercial break.
Ihr hört den Powerplay-Podcast von Oberpfalz Medien, präsentiert von der Mayr-Höfer-Gruppe mit ihren Produktionsstandorten in Erbendorf, Eschenbach und Pressath. Ob Maschinenbau, Anlagenbau oder hochspezialisierte Fertigungstechniken, die Mayr-Höfer-Gruppe steht für höchste Qualität und maßgeschneiderte Lösungen. Mit modernster Technik, einem starken Team und unserem Motto „Geht nicht, gibt's nicht“, setzen wir neue Maßstäbe. Du willst Teil dieser Erfolgsgeschichte werden? Dann besuche unser Karriereportal unter www.mayerhöfer-gruppe.de. Hier warten spannende Jobangebote und berufliche Perspektiven auf dich, sowohl kaufmännisch als auch gewerblich, von der Ausbildung bis hin zu Positionen für erfahrene Fachkräfte. Und nun weiterhin viel Spaß mit dem Powerplay-Podcast.
Willkommen zurück bei Powerplay, dem Eishockey-Podcast rund um die Blue Devils Weiden. Wir sprechen heute in englischer Sprache mit Conner McLeod. Ja, Tom, jetzt kommen wir die Standardfragen, die wir von unseren Gästen wollen. Nach ihren Ritualen und nach ihren Vorbildern, die will ich an dich mal switchen.
Yeah, I think that's already the big question. So, have you got any rituals when it comes to the game days? Because, we know there are hockey players, they always tie the left boot before the right boot or step on the ice with with one feet and not the other and so on.
Yeah, I usually try to get to the rink about 3 hours, like home games, especially about 3 hours before, just so I can kind of walk around and do my thing. But yeah, I kind of go through the same routine every day. Waking up in the morning, having my breakfast, drinking lots of water, and staying hydrated. I kind of not really zone out, but kind of let the day chill, relax, leading up to games. Whether I'm playing, whether I'm not playing, I do the same thing every day. I try to get a good night's sleep the night before. Coming to the rink, when I get to the rink, it's I like to like walk around, kind of just say hi to people, listen to my music. I get my coffee, kind of settle in for the first 10, 15 minutes. I go through the same warm-up every day. Try to go through, I have lacrosse balls that I throw against the wall, juggle a little bit. Go through my stretching routine, kind of do some visual eye tracking. I'll go to the bench and I have this little thing where I squirt the water up in the air and I watch the little water droplets come down. You've seen goalies in the NHL, like all around, you have people that do it, and it's kind of like since I was younger. I like to squirt the water up in the air and watch each droplet go down and get the eyes going. And then I go through a little couple simulating shots before you get on the ice for warm up, and then about 30 minutes. I put my left skate on too first before. I've always done that. Go to the room, get dressed, and then kind of go through some more things, a little bit more stretching, and then get on the ice, and then you go through the same stretching routine and skating routine, and so.
And you got any role models as a goaltender?
I would say like not as much as like role models as like watching it in the NHL. I wouldn't say there's as many. I like to watch all goalies. I like to see you pick up different things from everybody. Growing up, I wore the number 34. I wore it in Bayreuth as well. Because James Reimer, he was the goalie for the Toronto Maple Leafs when I was younger, and he's kind of the first goalie that when I started playing, he was like, oh yeah, that's my favorite guy. Like he's the big guy for like at the time, I think 2014, he was unbelievable for the Leafs and carried them pretty far. And I was I looked up to him. But as I've gotten older, I try to appreciate every goalie because like when you're watching video and stuff, every goalie's different. Everybody has a different style, and you're kind of always trying to pick out little things from different goalies.
But how would you describe your own style as a goalie?
I like to watch, like I would compare a little bit to Logan Thompson, my goalie coach. Like I like to watch him, like not my goalie coach, but Logan Thompson, my goalie coach, also says that I mimic his style a little bit. I like watching him and kind of comparing myself to him in ways. I'm athletic. I rely a lot on my flexibility, my athleticism. I like to think I'm pretty fast too and track the puck well.
And how do you stay concentrated during the games when you know when everything's normal, I won't play?
Sorry, like in a regular situation?
Yes.
Like
you're number 2.
It's the same thing every game you go into, right? You have to prepare to play. You never know what's going to happen in any situation. Go through the same routine, I think, is a big thing. You can't take like an afternoon off. Whether you go into pregame skate in the morning, you want to try just as hard or work just as hard. I think, in my personal opinion, try just as hard as you would if you're starting or if you're not starting. Just because I like to keep the same routine. It's obviously hard on the mental sometimes when you're not playing, but it's something, it's part of the job, right? It's as a third string or as a second, you have to know that your time is going to come eventually. Might not come now, it might come a little bit later than other people's, but you got to work for that every day, right? So it's kind of, I know I'm a second, I know I'm a third goalie, and I'm just waiting for my opportunity, right? You have to.
Okay, yeah. And where do you see yourself in, let me say, 5 years?
Yeah, it's
NHL.
Yeah, obviously that's the dream. But it's I just want to improve every year, right? So it's who knows what's going to happen, knock on my door in the next couple of years. I'm just work as hard as I can now, work as hard as I can the next days going forward and years, months. And hopefully I can get to the highest level that I possibly can. I'm 20, like it's a huge couple of years ahead of me. Anything can happen. So yeah, I just work as hard as I can and take the opportunities that I'm given, right? So
the best example is in your team. Look at Felix. Last year he was number 3.
For sure, yeah.
And now he's a big deal.
Yeah, for sure.
2 goalie.
Yeah, he's doing really well. It's good for him. He took that opportunity that he was given and took it in stride, and that's what you want to do, right? So it's what you wait for. It's what you work hard for. It's what you prepare for, right? So
just let me add another question at this point. Why was it so fascinating for you to become a goalie when playing hockey? Because as a goalie, I always suppose you can lose a game for your team if you get a goal that the others say you should have saved. On the other hand, when your team wins, most of the time, the wingers on the center or whoever is the big star because they scored the goals.
Yeah, for sure.
When did you decide to become a goalie and why?
It was really because I wasn't a good player. Like it was, I started out a little bit later than everybody else did. I moved to a new town and everybody played hockey. And I'm like, oh yeah, I told my parents, like, I want to play hockey. I want to learn how to skate. And I never really went into really elite training. As a player, I kind of just went out there, had fun with my friends. And one day we had played house league, right? Just the little recreational for fun league. And the goalie was sick. I was I think 7 or 8 years old. And the coach comes into the locker room. He's like, guys, goalie can't come today. Who wants
a goalie?
We need a goalie. And I'm like, oh, sure. I'll give it a shot. And I got in there and I guess I remember it that I had a shutout and didn't let in a goal. My dad says otherwise, but I remember it was like the best experience ever. And I went out there and
Okay, so let's just settle for it. It was pure talent.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was 7, yeah.
Yes.
That day, it was, pure talent that day. When I was
Sounds
7 years old.
Okay. And what are you doing when you're not on the ice? Can you relax?
Yeah. I spend quite a bit of time, like not quite a bit of time, more towards the beginning of the season. Go for coffee a lot in the town when it was a little warmer outside. Now it's relaxing as much as I can. I play a little bit of video games with some of the guys. I do a couple extra workouts a week. When I'm sitting at home and I have nothing else to do, I'll go ahead to the gym at the rink and ask the ice master for the key and hop in the gym for a little bit. But that's really like I enjoy my watching TV a little bit and kind of getting outside and doing some things.
But you're not part of the fantasy football league?
Not with the guys. No, I was late to put my name in. Okay. So I got one back home with my buddies, but I've never really followed football that much. I just kind of just to join in the group. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well right now. Yeah, but it's I don't know much about it. Like football's never really been my thing. I've always been a hockey guy.
Okay. And
did you have time to explore Weiden yet? And if yes, what stood out to you?
Yeah, a little bit. I liked some of the restaurants too in the city. We went with the guys. Cozy Corner is a cute little place that I like to go. With a Vice First. I like Vice First. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the term, right?
Yeah.
Vice First.
Yeah. All the little cafes and stuff, they're nice. But yeah, it's good. I try to travel outside the city a little bit when I have time. I still have some friends back in Regensburg, and once in a while when I have an evening off, I'll go and venture out with them.
And of course, you know the road between Bayreuth and Weiden quite well.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, it's sometimes it's a nice easy drive. Sometimes you're stuck driving 30 behind a truck for the whole time.
Yeah, we know.
It's an extra 45 minutes, but yeah, it's
okay. And in the beginning, we had the comeback of Stefan Ziegler, and let's have a look on the two games. The last two games. Speaking about comebacks, Tyler Ward is back. Neil Szymanski is back. Zach Zekos is back. And Fabian Voigt also. He was sick in Krefeld, but he was back in the home game against Freiburg. 6 points for the Blue Devils. Have you been surprised as we've been here?
No, I think we have,
who the fuck is Krefeld?
No, it's obviously that's a tough rink to go into, especially given their history too as a team, and obviously short guys, like you're going into that game thinking that like anything can happen, right? But I think we have a pretty headstrong team, and a lot of guys, everybody works hard and plays their roles properly, right? And you go in there, and so I try to, like, as a goalie, like, you never want to think you're going to lose. You never want to think you're going to let in a goal. And I think the same for the players is like, you don't want to get scored on. You want to go out there and make an impact for the team, right? And it doesn't matter if you have a full roster or you're short guys. And as long as you have the right mindset and you're working hard, and Felix had a great game too. As long as you're going into that game ready to go and preparing the same way you always prepare, I think you can beat any team, right? Especially we have a really good group of guys. And yeah, you can see in practice leading up to it, everybody works hard, and even missing some key players, it's the other guys have to pick up for it, right? Okay. So it's for sure.
It was a 3-2 win in Krefeld.
Yeah, and what really impressed me, the Devils were down 2 goals.
Yes, but then there was the key moment. Yeah, I think it was the major penalty against Matthew Santos after it wasn't a check. It was an attack. It was an attack against Luis Marush. He is out injured now for probably more weeks, and 3 power play goals for the Blue Devils in this situation. Captain Thomas Rubisch with 3 points. How do you think about this attack on Luis Marush?
Yeah, obviously it's the game happened so fast, and it happened right in front of me. You never really want to see a guy go down, and especially if the hit, like it's hard to see. Like it's you never want to see it. And I know I've had recent, like a couple weeks ago, I had a head injury, and you see that or whatever. No matter what happens, if you don't want to see it. So,
do you know how he's feeling now?
I haven't talked to him. I saw him in the rink the other day. I think he's all right. So it's
okay. But I have to say, the 1 game suspension for Santos is nothing but a joke. The league needs to take a hard look at that. That was intentional, that was deliberate, and knowing he was risking an injury of his opponent. And I don't want to see this anymore. Please, Mr. Santos. He was back on the ice yesterday, no?
Yeah, of course.
Krefeld was playing in Krimichau, I think. I don't know. Lausitz? I don't know. But he is back on the ice.
Yeah, but I think the real scandal is the league has to decide if they are serious about protecting players from head injuries or not. And our 1 game suspension just means we are not serious about protecting players.
And on the screen, when you see Jürgen Rumrich furious on the bench, and he was really, really angry. You could see that, and it's serious. But revenge is sweet. 3-2 for the Blue Devils and a home win against Freiburg.
The first loss for Krefeld at home this season.
Right. And yes, great weekend for the Blue Devils. A home win against Freiburg. As I said, comeback of Tyler Watt and Zach Zekos and Fabian Voigt. Great atmosphere in the arena with 2 strong periods. Got a tight at the end, but stay solid. 3-2 win. And we have to say Freiburg didn't play like a last placed team. And how did you process and discuss the 6-point weekend as a team with the coach and the staff?
Yeah, obviously a big win on Friday. And then I think everybody says the same thing. It's really mentally tough going into that next game, knowing you got a big win on the weekend and you're going to a lower place team, playing against a lower place team on Sunday. You got to keep the same mindset, right? You can't think just, oh yeah, we had a big win on Friday. It's going to be easy, right? It's those games tend to be harder. So it's having all the guys back too and everything. It's a great feeling to get the win too. And obviously it was tight at the end. I wasn't there, but I saw the replays too. So yeah, it's a good feeling. It's coach happy, everybody's happy. So it's good, nice to get the 6 points.
Yeah, you're talking about on Tuesday when you come back to training. But does someone need to rein in the euphoria now? Are you too euphorisch, too big euphoria?
No, I don't think so. I think you obviously it's a good weekend. You're happy with it. But it's in the long run, you got to keep playing, right? You got to you have a big weekend against a good team, and then you got to keep the same mindset. You got to go into the next weekend feeling the same way, working just as hard, because you want to get 6 points next weekend too, right? Obviously, it's you don't want to kind of let off the pedal at all.
Okay, jetzt muss ich echt überlegen. It's against Lausitz. Oh, and Kassel. Home against the Kassel Huskies. The Blue Devils don't like Kassel Huskies. When you're new at the Blue Devils, what would you say? Who is your most important contact person in the team right now?
I get along pretty well with all the guys. Like important as close with, or important as like, oh, say I have an issue, I need to call somebody. I think like teammate wise, probably Cedric Schemans. We get along really well.
Okay.
All the guys, McNiven, Shaggy, all good guys, get along with really well. So spend a lot of time with Cedric and his wife as well.
Yes.
So yeah, it's good.
I saw him shopping on the way.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's a good guy.
Yes. Now we have to look at the questions from the fans. Tom,
fans and colleagues.
Oh yes, let's start with the colleagues. I don't know if you know him. It's He's called Calvin Pokorny. He asks, who is the best Fortnite player on the team?
Yeah, I figured this one was coming. We talked about it a little bit, but it's like, I'd hate to say, but I think recently I've been kind of carrying the squad a little bit. It's usually me and McNiven and Pokorny kind of going at it and trying to spending our free time playing the game a little bit. But recently I think me. I don't know. It's McNiven, Pokorny kind of need to pick it up a little bit because but it's
okay, Tom.
Could you compare the atmosphere in Bayreuth and in Weiden on the rink, the atmosphere from the fans?
Yeah, it's obviously the last couple of games too in Bayreuth have the fans have been great too. I've been there, I think at home maybe 3 or 4 times, I think, but out of the 7 games that I've been there. The fans are great. Fans are great in Weiden as well. Obviously a little bit of a bigger club in Weiden. Obviously the Del 2 is you attract a little bit more fans. But both Bayreuth, Weiden, it's great. It's great to be out there and you have the support from the fan base and it's cool. I've never played in a game in Weiden. I've backed up. So you see it's great and loud in the rink, and then it's different when you're in the game and you're standing on the end with the ultras and you hear everybody behind you, and that's a great feeling as well. From the fans, that's something I've never experienced. Obviously, playing junior and never played much crazy high level back home in Canada. So when you first step out in front of 1,000 fans, 2,000, 3,000 fans, it's a really, really cool feeling. And both teams, you can go out there and feel good about the fan base. So,
okay. I have to love the nice question. How often are you mistaken for the Highlander?
It's I hear it everywhere I go, and it's something honestly like I never really heard it back home as much. I feel like it's maybe not as popular, but over here, since I came over here the first time, the first people I met, Conner McLeod the Highlander, like it's actually on the back of my helmet. I have a sword with the McLeod, like the Highlander name, and it's like the Highlander sword painted on my helmet. But everywhere you go, you hear it. Like it's whether you're kind of meeting new people and they're like, oh yeah, Conner McLeod the Highlander, like it's cool.
I think it's a pretty famous movie in Germany.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm also pretty sure at least your mom, she knows it.
Yeah, my mom and my dad know it, but it's funny when I first kind of came over here and they start saying it, it's like, or like when I was younger and my friends' parents were like, you're the Highlander. And my parents are like, we never really even thought about it like that. But I guess it's Conner.
Okay,
Conner
nice.
the Highlander.
I got another question.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite song? And if yes, of course, what's the name? You listen to music?
I listen to a lot of music. It changes every single day, like what I listen to. Sometimes I listen to a lot of country music. A lot of songs by like Morgan Wallen, Zach Bryan, and then game day I'll listen to rap or house music. So it's it's a hard one.
Just pick a song.
Tennessee Talkin', Morgan Wallen. I listen to that one a lot. That's one of my more favorite songs, but it's a country song. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Sporty question. Who would you like to save a penalty against?
In the league? Or in real life? Or like
in real life, yes.
Anybody? I that's a hard one too.
Luca Glazer.
Yeah. I don't know. It's always fun. Like in practice, you have like the shootouts at the end of practice. Robin Wardo's nice. When I do occasionally. That's fun. But in the world, I don't know, Kucherov, that's a cool one. Like in the team, it's Schweigi when I shut him down, Seti when I shut him down. That's a good feeling because you can just talk to him afterwards. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think most of the other questions we already covered. How do you like Weiden? How do you like Bayreuth? How's it going in the team? Where do you go in the city? When did you start playing hockey? Fortnite player, of course.
Why did your brother go back to Canada and you stay Germany.
He moved over. Okay, so going back, I was thinking about it. I was 18 when I first moved over here. Just graduated out of high school. Okay. Last season, my brother came over here for the first year, and he was just turned 17, still in high school. Okay. So he was doing his online courses online, and it was. I think it was hard for him just because he's really a homebody. Like he loves hanging out with his friends and being close to family and stuff. And he's I think it was a long season, especially towards the end. Things were, for whatever reason, more difficult for him. And I think the homesickness really brought him back over, and it was a decision really thought hard about, because there's a lot of room for opportunity here for him. He had a good season last year, blocked I think some of the most shots in the league. But it was I think the homesickness, being a little bit younger and coming over, and it's difficult. I know it was difficult for me being a year younger. I couldn't have imagined it.
So we have to say thank you to Conner McLeod for coming and answering all our questions. But Tom, we have to do the prediction game with Conner. And as I said, Friday in Weißwasser against Lausitzer Füchse, and Sunday home game against Kassel Huskies. What do you think?
Conner or me?
You.
Me. I think they get a feeling the Devils will win against the Füchse in Lausitz in Weißwasser. I'd say 4-1.
Oh,
pretty optimistic.
Holy shit!
Yes. Think about my words.
Yeah.
Kassel, I'm a bit more pessimistic, to be honest. I'd say a 2-3 loss at home.
Okay. Last week I said 4 points.
And there was
everybody was laughing here, no? So 4 points. Now it's been 6. Conner, what do you think?
Obviously, I think we're riding 2 big wins. You got to say 6 points, right? You have to.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't say anything else.
You have to.
We can. You must say 6 points.
Looking for 2 big wins on the weekend.
Okay. Yeah, I think it will be a win in Weißwasser against Lausitzer Füchse. I think you said 4-1. I say no. It's the favorite result 3-2 for the Blue Devils in Weißwasser, and Kassel, they are really strong. I think no. 3-1 Kassel. 3 points.
3-point weekend.
Next week we'll sit here and 6 points for the Blue Devils. And
Conner predicted it.
Yes, that's it.
Absolutely.
Okay, Conner, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
Good luck for the weekend.
Absolutely, thank you.
And euch da draußen, danke fürs Zuhören. Schauen wir mal, wenn wir nächste Woche zu Gast haben, vielleicht dann wieder in Deutsch. Danke fürs Zuhören.
Servus, ciao.
Ciao.